Hello and welcome to this webinar. Today we're going to talk about two main issues that we're seeing here at East: low student attendance numbers and students not asking for help. As part of today's webinar, we'll be brainstorming together both barriers that are in place, hindering success, and strategies to overcome those barriers. The first issue we're going to discuss is that of student attendance. The numbers indicate that even prior to the pandemic, chronic absenteeism was on the rise. Chronic absenteeism is defined as students missing 15 or more days of school in a school year. When asked to report the number of absences in a school year, parents were found to underestimate the actual number. This graph indicates the absenteeism rates here at East prior to the pandemic. We all have our own experiences with students during and after the pandemic, but what we aim to do here today is brainstorm ways to overcome these numbers and get kids back in school on a regular basis. Being a teacher leader, you can have a hand in this as much as your administrators. Presently, what barriers may be in place? Follow this link to the Jamboard file, and you can feel free to add to this throughout this webinar. During an interview with some of your colleagues prior to this, two barriers were noted. The first, parents may not be buying into the fact that attendance is an important role in student success. It was noted that parents may feel that their child did just fine during the pandemic and they weren't even in school. It was also noted that consequences for missing school seem vague. Students are not held accountable for their chronic absenteeism. Please take a moment to add to this list of barriers. Now that we've brainstormed together the barriers that are in place in getting kids to school, how can we as teacher leaders help? Let's head back to the Jamboard to add these strategies. These strategies are things that we can do together or individually to help reduce the absences in our classroom. Some strategies that have already been discussed are increasing communication to parents and establishing clear expectations for missing class. These can be done as a teacher, a group of teachers, or by the dean's office. Now take a moment to add strategies based off the previous barriers that are now on the Jamboard. Let's change gears a little bit. So the next topic we're going to discuss is students seeking academic help. It was noted in a recent interview that students are having a hard time finding help when needed, identifying when help is needed, and simply wanting that academic assistance. Asking for help is an important self-regulated learning strategy and skill for effective learning. We're now going to brainstorm some barriers and strategies for success with respect to students seeking academic help. Follow this new link to the new Jamboard so we can discuss the barriers. Barriers that were previously discussed are that students are not sure when to seek help and where to access that help. Many students do not have a means of transportation outside of the school day. At this time, let's add some more potential barriers. Some strategies we could take as teacher leaders are sending tutors to study hall so that students have the visual of a tutor there to help. Once they recognize that assistance and its benefits, they may be more likely to seek help in the future. Arranging an activity bus would require some community and family involvement, but it is a strategy that would prove useful. At this time, let's add some more strategies. Along with the strategies previously discussed, we as teacher leaders can set clear standards in the classroom. Communicate to families and students the importance of attending school and seeking academic support. Set up a beneficial tutoring system. Thank you for listening to my presentation. This slide contains a link to a 5-question survey regarding this presentation. Thank you so much for your time.